أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مثل الذين كفروا بربهم أعمالهم كرماد اشتدت به الريح في يوم عاصف لا يقدرون مما كسبوا على شيء ذلك هو الضلال البعيد ألم تر أن الله خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق إن يشأ يذهبكم ويأتي بخلق جديد وما ذلك على الله بعزيز وبرزوا لله جميعا فقال الضعفاء للذين استكبروا إنا كنا لكم تبعا فهل أنتم مغنون عنا من عذاب الله من شيء قالوا لو هدانا الله لهديناكم سواء علينا أجزعنا أم صبرنا ما لنا من محيص وقال الشيطان لما قضي الأمر إن الله وعدكم وعد الحق ووعدتكم فأخلفتكم وما كان لي عليكم من سلطان إلا أن دعوتكم فاستجبتم لي فلا تلوموني ولوموا أنفسكم ما أنا بمصرخكم وما أنتم بمصرخي إني كفرت بما أشركتمون من قبل إن الظالمين لهم عذاب أليم وأدخل الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها بإذن ربهم تحيتهم فيها سلام صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم. Allah Azza wa Jal in verse 18 Surah Ebrahim mentions مثل الذين كفروا بربهم, the example of the actions of those who disbelieve in their Rabb. كرماد اشتدت به الريح في يوم عاصف is like that of ashes that are blown away by a wind on a stormy day. لا يقدرون مما كسبوا على شيء, they have absolutely no control of what they earn. ذلك هو الضلال البعيد, this is a distant and far away deviation, gumrahi. Allah Azza wa Jal informs us in this verse that all the seemingly good deeds of the kuffar, of the disbelievers, good deeds like the giving charity, kindness, politeness, working for the welfare of the community, society, all these sort of charitable and good deeds that are carried out by disbelievers, non-believers, will be wasted on them on the day of judgment. It talks about the day of judgment. So basically it means that in the dunya they might get reward from that by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They'll get izzat, honor, respect. But in the hereafter, on the day of judgment, unfortunately there'll be nothing. So Allah ta'ala gives an example of this, that is like that of ashes that are swept away by the extremely severe wind, meaning nothing is left to indicate that it once existed. So in the hereafter, all the good deeds they had done, even the dedicating a whole life towards good deeds, charitable work, but on the day of Qiyamah, it will be as if it never even existed. These good deeds will not be existed. Why? Because in order for our good deeds and amal to be accepted in the hereafter, Iman is conditioned. Iman is a shart. That's why many places in the Qur'an Kareem, Allah says, Amanu wa amilu salihat. Amanu wa amilu salihat. Suratul Asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. Human being is at a great loss. Illa allazina amanu wa amilu. But those who believe and do good deeds. Belief comes first. Good deeds come after. Surah Wateen. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونَ. آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. It's not وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ only. No, آمَنُوا. In order for our good deeds and amal to be accepted by Allah, to carry some weight in the hereafter, then iman, belief, is a condition, is a shart. That shows that iman is such a great ni'mat from Allah Azza wa Jalla. Such a great ni'mat. And we should cherish it, should appreciate it. May Allah give us a tawfiq. And we should do whatever we can to safeguard our iman and the iman of our future generation as well. That is the most important thing. Unfortunately, people ask a lot of questions these days about iman, Islam. They may not come to you and me, but what is lurking in their hearts, their thoughts, this is something that we need to really work on. We really need to work on. And sometimes that can only be protected, whether we like it or not. We have to be in good environment. Very important. In this day and age, there's only a couple of ways where you can really protect yourself. Being lonely, isolating yourself, that is not the answer. Have to come into the masjid, have to come to the house of Allah, 5-time daily prayers, in the company of the ulama, the sohbat of the ulama, the sohbat company of the mashayikh, going into jamaat in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. These are amals, these are such amals and activities which will at least protect a person. It will protect a person to some extent. Baki hidayat is in the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal. But we have to do what we can to safeguard the iman of ourselves, and constantly. It's very, very important. Allah Ta'ala further mentions, أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ بِالْحَقِّ. Do you not see that Allah has created the heavens and the earth with the truth? إِن يَشَأْ يُذْهِبْكُمْ وَيَأْتِ بِخَلْقٍ جَدِيدٍ. Allahu Akbar. If He wills, He could remove you and bring a new creation. Meaning, if we continue to be rebellious, continue to be disobedient to Allah, nafarman of Allah Azza wa Jal, if we continue to think, what's Allah, what's deen, forget it, I don't need this, then remember, Allah doesn't need us. Allah is mentioning it here. If we start all getting together, be disobedient to Allah and rebellious, Allah does not need us. Allah says here, He'll remove you and bring a new creation. Bring a new creation could mean that Allahu Akbar, if the whole world got together to be disobedient to Allah, then still it doesn't make difference. Allah will remove us all. So we should never think that I'm the chosen one. We are the chosen one. Or our clan and our group is the chosen one. Or our tribe is the chosen one. Or from this particular background we have been chosen. Nothing like that. Never ever think we are irreplaceable. Allah can replace us. Allah doesn't need us. We need Allah Azza wa Jalla. That's why whenever we do the work of deen, always carry out the work of deen with this intention, this concept, I am in need of this. I am muhtaj of this. I'm not doing any favors to Allah Azza wa Jalla by coming to the masjid. I'm not doing any favors of sitting in this gathering. I'm not doing any favor by going out in the path of Allah. I'm not doing any favor upon Allah Ta'ala by carrying out many establishments. I am in need of this. And me being active towards this is going to utilize my time for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. And that time which I'm utilizing for this, I'll be saved from all the guna and the sins that if I just stayed at home and being lazy. It protects us. So it's our intention. So Allah makes it very clear that if you continue to be rebellious, do not accept the truth, do not accept the haqq, then bear this in mind, Allah will remove us. And it's not hard for Allah wa ta'ala. In other words, وَذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَسِيرٌ. Very easy for Allah ta'ala. Very easy. Look at history and it's great proof. How Allah destroyed so many nations who were stubborn in their rebelliousness and their disobedience to Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah is watching. Allah is watching everything. Allah is watching everything. And this Allah makes a mention here that you think this is difficult for Allah? No. To completely wipe out a whole creation and bring new? وَمَا ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ بِعَزِيزٍ. This is not at all difficult for Allah Azza wa Jalla. Not difficult at all. I can see during Tafseer, Sakina and Rahmat descends. A lot of people feel a bit sleepy and thinking, may Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq. Do a bit of wuzu and then freshen you up. Otherwise, make you think that maybe my talk is just like means not really attractive. So if you feel sleepy, you're going to walk sit on the side here or sit on the side here. So my chair will be, I can't help it. In Urdu, everyone comes. In English, people, okay, theek hai bhai. And then you need to get someone with a very, very good English. Then my English is not really working. That is very, very important. Allahu Akbar. I remember when we used to be in class during the Darul Uloom days, Mufti Shabir Sahab Daman Barakatuh, and youngsters, and we just get up from the bed and quickly go into class. And then if you're yawning, if he catches you yawning, you've had it. What's this crocodile's all here doing here? I used to say that. And it's immediately understood. I used to say ghaflat, that is sign of ghaflat. That is a neglect. That is sign that this is not very interesting for you. That means you're not sitting with the right intention. Allah Azza wa Jalla. Or he would say this. Either you get rahmat, that he's getting so much, and then you amanatan nu'asa yakhsha ta'ifatan minkum. When certain Sahaba were in the battlefield, and the sign of victory, they felt drowsy as well. And in a battlefield, who feels drowsy? No one feels drowsy in the battlefield. But they were feeling drowsy, that was a sign of victory. Fatah! Ajeeb ghareeb. Sorry to mention this, but sometimes it does have impact. And if you do feel tired, then no need to sit. I'm making it very clear. If you feel fresh, then if you feel tired, no need to sit for anyone to sit here. It's fine. It's not. There's hundreds of people not sit here. You have about 200 people in the namaz, and you have about 10, 12 people here. But if you feel sleepy, then no need to sit, because that's why in salah as well. What do they say in nafil salah especially? That if you're feeling sleepy, then probably later. Because in salah you might do, you're supposed to do ta'rif of Allah, you do probably complete, you might do give dua, you give dua. You probably forget because you don't know what you're saying. So even that time he said they don't do ibadah. If you're sleepy, go and sleep. Once you get fresh, and then now this is more. As soon as I started saying this, everyone's got waken up now. You don't feel sleepy. Remember, this is the kalam of Allah Azza wa Jalla. At the beginning, I'm sorry I cannot present it the best way possible. I try my best. I'm a very weak person, and make dua for me, inshallah. وَبَرَزُوا لِلَّهِ جَمِيعًا. They will all enter the presence of Allah Azza wa Jalla. They will all enter the presence of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Allah here now describes the scenes of the day of Qiyamah, scenes of the day of judgment. وَبَرَزُوا لِلَّهِ جَمِيعًا. They will all enter the presence of Allah. فَقَالَ الضُّعَفَاءُ لِلَّذِينَ اسْتَكْبَرُوا. Then the weak ones will say to the proud ones. What do they say? إِنَّا كُنَّا لَكُمْ تَبَعًا. Indeed, we were your followers. The weak people, they follow the strong people. No, you follow us. They had influence in the dunya. So they followed them, meaning towards kufr, shirk, guna, sins. And because they followed them, they are going straight to Jahannam as well, unfortunately. Allah Ta'ala, there will be a conversation between these people. I follow this person, I follow that person. I thought he was the right person. I thought he was on truth. I thought he was on haqq. On media, there's followers. How many followers? So many followers. Nowadays we share the good news. Share this good news, share this good news, share this good news. So people follow the right people and the haqq and the truth instead of following falsehood and lies. Allahu Akbar. If unfortunately people get had and deceived, Allahu Akbar. فَقَالَ الضُّعَفَاءُ. Unfortunately, remember, there's no excuse in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has given everyone intellect, understanding. You should know what is right and what is wrong, what is haqq. Just because everyone's following someone, that doesn't mean it's right. You have to know who they are about the haqq or truth. Allah Ta'ala makes a mention of this here. فَقَالَ الضُّعَفَاءُ لِلَّذِينَ اسْتَكْبَرُوا إِنَّا كُنَّا لَكُمْ تَبَعًا. Allah. Then the weak ones will say to the proud ones, Indeed we were your followers. فَهَلْ أَنْتُمْ مُغْنُونَ عَنَّا مِنْ عَذَابِ اللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. So are you able to divert some of Allah's punishment from us? We're going to punishment as well, azab. Because of you. Can you do something so this punishment will go away from us? You gave us so many promises. You talk the talk. We are also in the punishment. Can you divert it from us, away from us? Can you do something? قالوا, they will reply, لو هدانا الله لهديناكم. If Allah had guided us, we would have guided you. سواء علينا أجزعنا أم صبرنا ما لنا من محيص. It makes no difference whether we vent our anxiety, we get distress, we're showing our restlessness, our hopelessness. We can make no difference now on the day of Qiyamah. It's too late. That restlessness, that anxiety should have been in the dunya. Why am I committing sin? Why am I doing wrong? Why am I going in this path? That restlessness should have been there in the dunya. I've been committing sins all my life. What am I doing? I'm going towards Allah, going towards death. What am I doing? That stress should have been there in the dunya. Allah gives us chance for the stress in the dunya. But we didn't. We carried on merrymaking, enjoying. We loved it. The beginning. It's more powerful and strong. This is what he's trying to say another way. Meaning, Allah will give every chance for us in the dunya. To take out our anxiety, our stress, our discomfort, our fikr and concern. But what am I doing? What am I doing? Even when a person commits sin, a life of sin, at least got that feeling inside, okay, I'm doing this wrong. What am I doing here? What am I doing? People dying in front of me day and night, day and night, day and night. They're going towards Allah. What am I doing? Am I acting as if like I'm going to live here forever? And the hereafter, parda is all gone. It's too late. That's what they were telling them. Makes no difference now. Koi farak nahi padta. Whether we vent our anxiety or we exercise patience, sabarna, Maulana min mahis, we have no escape. No escape. No escape. Maulana min mahis. May Allah Ta'ala protect us. May Allah Ta'ala protect us. Allahu Akbar. And then further on, when the matter will be decided, these people go in Jannah, these people go in Jahannam. And when the people will send to Jahannam, the faisla done, you go in Jahannam. Then another ilzam, another blame. To who? Shaitan. Oh, hey, there's Iblis. He's the one. He took me here. He brought me here. Oi, what did you do? And they start lamenting Shaitan. Oh, the Jahannamis will be lamenting Shaitan. Blaming Shaitan. It's because of you, it's because of you, it's because of you. Allah Ta'ala also describes this in the Qur'an Kareem, in this verse 22 which I said. وَقَالَ الشَّيْطَانِ. So because they're blaming him, the Shaitan, when the matter will be decided, لَمَّا قُدِرَ الْأَمْرُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَعَدَكُمْ. Shaitan will say, Allah has certainly made وَعْدَ الْحَقِّ, a true promise to you. And didn't Allah Ta'ala make a promise to you by follow the way of the Anbiya, follow the way of the Salaha, follow the way of the pious people, the righteous people. If you follow that way, you can be rightly guided. Sirat al-ladhina an'amta alayhim. Follow that way. Didn't Allah promise you? Shaitan's going to tell, didn't Allah promise you? Okay, you follow that way, you get Jannah. And what else did Allah promise you? You follow the way of Shaitan, then he's your enemy. He's your enemy. Didn't Allah promise you? Didn't He say that I'm your enemy? Then why do you follow me for? Allah doesn't go against His promises. I do. Allah told you I break promises. I'll lure you into towards there, go there, come follow this lovely great feeling, get a buzz, you get a high, you get this, you get this. Didn't Allah say already this guy just going to take you towards doom? But you chose to believe in me when Allah told you what sort of person I am. And you completely ignored Allah Ta'ala. When you know that Allah is true, Allah is haqq, Allah's promises is haqq. That those who have iman and amal salih and good deeds, abstain from guna, they'll enter Jannah. Wasn't that the promise of Allah? And those who don't do that, their abode is Jahannam. Didn't Allah tell you, Inna shaitana lil insani aduwwun mubin? Shaitan is human being's greatest enemy. Didn't Allah tell you already that I'm your enemy? When an enemy tells you something good, there's something bad in that as well. When an enemy guides you something good, there must be a plan here. Strategic plan. We're always aware, when you know someone's your enemy, what he says, we think twice. Well, okay, now let me think about it. You don't give straight answer. Why? Where is he coming from? What's he doing? We've already been trapped before. We know he's our enemy. He's not our khairka. He's not our welfare. You have no our welfare in mind. Something wrong here. Allah is very clear. So listen. Allah certainly made a true promise to you. وَوَعَدْتُكُمْ. Now you're in Jahannam. I promise you the good and the izzat and honor of the world. But now you're in Jahannam. So look what he says here. وَوَعَدْتُكُمْ فَأَخْلَفْتُكُمْ. I also made a promise to you, but I breached them. I broke them. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I broke them. I went against it. I told you you're going to get izzat, no, follow the path of guna and sin and disobedience and kufr and shirk. We'll have a great time, lovely time in the dunya. There's no akhirah, there's no hereafter, there's no thingy, there's no hisab kitab, there's no nothing, there's no life after death, that's a load of rubbish. That's how people become atheists. There's all this in the mind. What was all this dunya? But then Shaitan will say, I lied. I lied. Shaitan will say, I lied. Allah. मैंने झूठ बोला बस आप क्या करेंगे हुई and then he makes a deep thing وما كان لي عليكم من سلطان إلا أن دعوتكم فاستجبتم. The only control that I exercised over you was أن دعوتكم, was that I invited you, فاستجبتم لي, and you responded to me. The only control I have over human beings, over you, that you're telling me off, is that I would just invite you to come towards guna. It's nice fun, good life, that's all I did. Okay? You accepted. I do not have the ability to force anyone towards doing bad deed. I don't have the ability to force someone to do guna. I can only give you dawah. So what do we learn from here? In the world there's two types of dawah taking place. One dawah ila al-khair, one dawah ila al-shar. One invitation towards good, invitation towards iman, invitation towards amal salih. That dawah is taking place in the dunya at this precise moment, right from the Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, take place right until the day of Qiyamah. And one form of dawah is towards kufr, towards shirk, towards guna. And the main culprit is shaitan towards that. Simple as that. So he's saying here that all control I had over you was I can't force you, but I just invited you and you accepted. Knowing very well that I'm your enemy, you still accepted. Knowing very well I'm going to deceive you, you still accepted. Knowing very well that my path is the path towards Jahannam, you still accepted. Knowing very well that Allah has guided you and showed you, and He's the men of Allah, meaning the prophets and the Salaha and the Subhanallah, the Muballighin and the Mufaqihin and the Mufassirin, they guided towards Jannah, you ignored it. So then what does He say? فَلَا تَلُومُونِي, do not blame me. मेरे पर इल्ज़ाम मत डालो. وَلُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ, blame yourselves. Blame yourselves. مَا أَنَا بِمُصْرِخِكُمْ وَمَا أَنْتُمْ بِمُصْرِخِي. I cannot be a helper to you, nor can you be helpers to me. Today I cannot help you and you cannot help me. Allah. إِنِّي كَفَرْتُ بِمَا أَشَّكْتُمُونِ مِنْ قَبْلِ. I am absolved of your actions of ascribing me as a partner from before. Sorry, I'm not here for it. I can't help you anymore. I lied. I thought I'll tell you I'll help you and then I'll help you. I can't do anything. إِنَّ الظَّالِمِينَ لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. There should be a torturous punishment for the oppressors. Kufr, shirk, guna, subhanallah, is all zulm. And those who do other zulm as well, cruelty, abuse, it all comes here. Zalim. But then Allah Ta'ala is not in the Qur'an, it's not a one-way traffic. When Allah Ta'ala talks about the kuffar, the disbelievers, the punishment, the gunagar and the punishment, Allah talks about the mu'mineen. Allah talks about amal salih, good deeds, the reward. وَأُدْخِلَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِ الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ. Those who believe and do good deeds will be entered into gardens beneath which rivers flow. They shall abide forever by the order of their Rabb. تَحِيَّتُهُمْ فِيهَا سَلَامٌ. And the greeting there shall be salam. The greeting there shall be salam. Allahu Akbar. Meaning, the angels will say to them in every day, Salamun alaykum, Salamun alaykum, Salamun alaykum. Come. Peace be upon you, peace be upon you, peace be upon you. Tibtum. Enter. You're welcome. Fadkhuluha khalidin. Enter forever and ever and ever and ever. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant us Jannatul Firdaus. Allah grant us the tawfiq to do good deeds and such deeds that inshallah which will grant us entry to Jannah without reckoning, without hisab. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa natubu ilayk.